Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Belcher. I am the Chief Legal Officer for Kohler. You will know Kohler from kitchen and bath products, golf courses, hotels, and spas. Many of you may be wondering, why is a woman from Kohler, Wisconsin here on the stage today? Before I was 56 days into my new job at Kohler, I spent 7 years at the best company in Nebraska, Kohler, a global agribusiness giant, led by the best CEO in the world, Paul Mace. Don't tell David Kohler I said that. And I had the joy for many years of being a supporter for ICAN and attending this event many times. So I'm incredibly honored to be here today. And I'm going to talk to you about the intersection of some sweet melodies and some salty truths about leadership. And that really is not out of any of my expertise areas that you will read in my bio. They are really coming out of many, many years of being a student of leadership and thinking about that continuous improvement journey and how you can learn those lessons along the way. So by training, I'm a big law firm litigator, and I became a big company law department leader. And along the way, I have been on my own journey to be the best leader that I can be and an inspirational leader of others, which has come in fits and starts with failures along the way. In addition, I have a deep passion for supporting the leadership journeys of others with a focus of not only being a truth teller, but also just sharing the news that sometimes that journey is not linear, it's not easy, and it's not always hygienic. Many people in this room who know me could do with a little less truth-telling. And something that's probably not known about me is I'm a 1980s kid who was a product of a very small house with very big speakers, with the White Album and Foreigner's Urgent on continuous play. And I have a passion for soundtracking the big and small moments of life. And as I thought about how I could bring some storytelling to ICAN today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the lessons that we can learn from some of our favorite songs. My children were deeply embarrassed I was going to mime dance while these songs were playing. All right, truth number one is going to come from one of the great songs of all time, No Diggity from Blackstreet. And that is really the technical performance many people think carries the day. The number of people that I talk to who are having a difficult time in their leadership journey, who tell me that they thought if they did the right things and they put their head down and they worked hard, that the results would come to them and they would make the ascendancy to leadership. And that is a trap. That is not true. That gets you exactly to the middle. In addition to the technical expertise and the great performance, you have to bring a portfolio of other superpowers to the table. You have to bring the confidence and the swagger of those superpowers to the table. And if you want to get a seat at the big girl table, you have to play in the true player way. So as you think about your superpowers and how you do that, best not to forget your authentic brand of confidence along the climb.
Till the sun's gonna rise tomorrow, somewhere on the east side of sorrow. You better pack your bags, let's stick out your chest and then hit the road. The sun's gonna rise tomorrow, somewhere on the east side of sorrow. Don't give it a reason to follow. Let it be, then let it go. Let it be.
Many times I'll talk to young leaders and they have a very shiny vision about what their future as a leader looks like. And they think it is filled with cotton candy and unicorns and bubbles. And in fact, hopefully less than half of the time, it's very challenging, it's very difficult. It has very deep complexity, and you are often the person that is sought to solve that complexity and bring clarity in times of great trouble. So reaching for and achieving your aspirational leadership role can be incredible and magical, It is also sometimes awful, complex, and filled with potholes. The key is you have to find your resilience and grit, which are non-negotiables, and the very famous Megan Belcher 20-minute rule. You get 20 minutes to cry on the floor, and then you get to pick yourself up and keep on moving. So make sure that you learn to stick out your chest, let it be, and let go.
Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. It takes a lot to change a man, hell, it takes a lot to try. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die.
If you think about it, and as you think about how much time you spend in your daily life trying to ensure that you are comfortable, it can be quite shocking. And it's very important that as you think about being an inspirational leader of others and achieving your aspirations that are unlike others and unique and bespoke in your own way, that you cannot hold on to the status quo. We all do it, we all want to do it, and it's incredibly important that you figure out how to learn to get the agility to let go of the status quo, let go of the way that things have always been, and understand that change is a constant. And not only is it a constant in our modern times with AI, the speed of information, and the way that the world works with technology and humans and communication, that change is happening at a much faster rate. So sometimes it's time to let it go and move on and embrace that agility. If you do not, you will not be included in the design on the horizon.
Like big boys, itty bitty boys, Mississippi boys, and the city boys. I like the pretty boys with the bow tie. Get your nails did, let it blow dry. I like a big beard, I like a clean face. I don't discriminate, come and get a taste. From the playboys to the gay boys. Go and slay boys, you my slave boys.
This is the one I most wanted to dance to. There's a lot of conversation right now about diversity of thought, about inclusion. And at the end of the day, it will take care of itself. Because if you do not have diversity of thought at the table, you are going to get disrupted out of your future. You need to ensure that you have a disruptive and diverse set of perspectives at your table. Your front row should represent a number of perspectives, include many who do not agree with you and who can push you into thinking about innovating and being able to look around corners. And if you do not have diversity and challenge on your plate, you will simply be at a plateau leading to decline. So make sure to take the time to get uncomfortable and find your favorite voice. I mean that in all ways.
Act like you've been here before. Smile less and dress up some more. Tie up your scarf real tight. These boys are out for blood tonight. Slow it down and you come back to bed. Rest your arm, rest your legs.
I saved this one for last because it's probably the most uncomfortable of the five, and probably one of the five that will drive the most disagreement. But I think it is the most important. As you embark on a leadership journey and you become a leader, you will have a voice and an ability and an influence not only on your own behalf, but on behalf of the many in your organization and the culture that you lead. And it is critical that you are clear on what your core values are, what you hold dear, and what you are willing to take the knives out for. And it is very important that you not only understand when to compromise, but you also understand what is the cost of compromise. There are crisp moments in leadership where you should be out for blood, and make sure that you are ready to tighten up your scarf real tight, because if you don't, probably no one else will. And that complexity can drive change in a culture that has very difficult impacts for everybody. And at the end of the day, it isn't leadership. So, quite simply, by the end of the song, be so unforgettable and so good at what you do, so confident in what you bring to the table, so resilient, so diversely resourced, so change agile, and so willing to fight for what you truly value, that all that they can say is that you're the best that they've ever had. Thank you.